In this video, let's go through assignment 124B, solving systems of equations algebraically, level 1. So the first question we're going to go through looks like this. It says 10x plus 9y equals negative 17, and 10x minus 2y equals 16. And the directions say, find the solution to the system of equations. So we're going to use elimination method to solve this system of equations. And remember, a system of equation means that you've been given more than one equation. So elimination method, we're going to put a big old line underneath this and a big old minus sign. If we subtract everything in these two equations, we will eliminate the x's, right? 10x minus 10x is 0 x's. I'm not even going to write 0x, I'm just going to cross off the x's. We'll need them again later, but for now we can just eliminate them. That's why this is called elimination method. 9y minus a negative 2y. 9y minus a negative 2y. That's really 9y plus 2y, right? So that'd be 11y. And negative 17 minus 16. I have negative 17 of something, and then I'm losing 16 more. That's going to be a negative 33. So 11y is equal to negative 33. Now I'm going to divide both sides by 11, and we found out that y is negative 3 in this problem. Now that's only half the work to solve a system of equations using elimination method. Once you find out one of the variables, you need to find the other variable. So to do this, you need to pick one of the original equations and write it down again. I'm going to pick the bottom one because I like equations that have smaller numbers. 2 is a small number, 16 is a small number, although negative 17 is actually smaller than both of those. But we're going to use this one. It doesn't actually matter which equation you use. After you write the equation, you're going to write it again, but you're going to plug in this new information. I know that y is negative 3. So I'm going to plug in right there, y is negative 3. Now I'm going to simplify this. Negative 2 times negative 3 is a plus 6. And now we just have an equation that needs to be solved. If I do minus 6 to both sides, that would be 10x equals 10. And if we divide both sides by 10, we're going to get x equals 1. So now we've solved the system of equations. X is equal to 1 and y is equal to negative 3. And why are they using the letters x and y anyway? Because in addition to doing this algebraically, you can also graph these equations. Whenever you have x and y in an equation, that means you can graph it. So on today's assignment, it wants you to submit this answer as a point. So points, remember, are x and y with a comma between them and parentheses around them. So in this one, our answer would be 1 comma negative 3. That's the answer to this question. I'm going to type that in and get the correct answer. Now I'm going to do question number 2. Question number 2. 7x plus 7y equals negative 49, and 7x minus 2y equals 5. Let's use elimination method. Let's do a big old line and a big old minus sign. 7x minus 7x is no x's. Just ignore them for now. 7y minus negative 2y. 7y minus a negative, that really means plus. So 7y plus 2y is 9y. And negative 49 minus 5 is equal to negative 54. I had a bunch of negatives. I had 49 negatives, and then I lost 5 more, so I have negative 54. Divide both sides by 9, and we get y is equal to negative 6. This looks just like the last question. Now we're going to take one of the original equations. I'm going to use the top one this time. And we're going to plug in the fact that y is equal to negative 6. 7 times negative 6 is negative 42. So this used to be a plus sign right here, but this number became a negative, so I just wrote a negative, right? Plus a negative is really just the same thing as subtracting. And now let's solve this equation. Let's do plus 42 to both sides. And we get 7x equals negative 49 plus 42 is negative 7. And divide both sides by 7 and get x is equal to negative 1. So my solution written as a point would be negative 1 comma negative 6. Gonna submit that just to confirm that I'm right. I'm right. Let's do 2 more examples. Question number 3 says 5x minus y equals 44 and negative 3x minus y equals negative 12. So in this one, the second term, the y's are the ones that will be eliminated when we do a big old line and a big old minus sign. 5x minus negative 3x would be 8x because minus a negative really means plus. Negative y minus negative y, those will cancel. 44 minus negative 12 minus the negatives plus again 44 plus 12 is 56. And when we divide by 8, we're going to get x is equal to 7. Let's pick the top equation here. 5x minus y equals 44. We know x is 7, so let's plug it in. We get 35 minus y equals 44. Let's subtract 35 from both sides and get negative y equals 44 minus 35 is 9. And it looks like we're done, but we're not actually done here because I don't want a negative y. I want a positive y. Remember, there's a secret 1 here, right? It's negative 1y. So if I want to divide by negative 1, that would get that negative to go away. So this would end up being y is equal to negative 9. Our answer here in x, y point format would be 7, negative 9. Correct. And last problem, number 4. Last problem for me, that is. You have some more to do after this. Negative 8x plus 7y equals negative 2. And negative 8x plus 8y equals 8. When we use elimination method using subtraction, what's the difference between those two? There is no difference. What's 7y minus 7y minus 8y would be negative 1y, right? 7 minus 8 is negative 1. And then negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10. Let's divide both sides by negative 1 and get y equals 10. Now let's plug that in. I'm going to use the top equation. 8x plus 7y equals negative 2. Let's plug in a 10 in for y. Negative 8x plus 7 times 10 equals negative 2. 7 times 10 is 70. Let's solve that. Let's do minus 70 to both sides and get negative 8x equals negative 2 minus 70 is negative 72. When we divide both sides by negative 8, we get x equals a positive 9. So our solution here in x, y point is 9, 10. So all the example questions today, you're just going to have to subtract the system of equations and then go from there to find one of the variables. And you're going to go find the other variable by plugging it in. It's the same process every time. Sometimes you'll be looking for x right away. Sometimes you're looking for y right away. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.